What's up, Internet? It's Gobo from Lunar Harpoon, and as Curtis did before me, we're about to take a tour of my nerd room and all of my collections. Yes, Curtis is right. I have way better stuff. So we'll check it out. You'll see a couple of things that we picked up during our first episode of Nerd Pickin'. If you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. It's on our channel. Very popular. So, alright guys, let's go check all this nerd room out. Okay, and the first room of the tour is going to be our video game and kind of TV room. It's where all the kind of the digital nerd stuff is and all my art. So we'll start out in the corner here. And this is my retro game collection. So we got SNES on top with my one Super Famicom game. We got Sega Genesis. Below that, got Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. I got a couple DS titles, nothing really that good. N64, down onto my NES titles, and then a couple of third wave generation type stuff, GameCube, PS2, Xbox, that stuff. Got some Ninja Turtles on top here. You may remember a few of those from Nerd Pickin'. The other ones, you know, just kind of the Ninja Turtles that didn't make the cut for the other room, so it's kind of the outcast group here. We'll take a look at some of my art here. I got I kind of really like this print here that I picked up at one of the cons, and it's Harley Quinn and Ivy kind of making out while Joker is slapping them with a fish. So I just thought that was kind of funny, and I enjoyed it. And then moving down here, we have an Ortiz Lady Death. It's a limited print. I got 66 out of 200 on there. Got a couple of Greg Horn prints. This first Poison Ivy I just love, where she's like laying down on the Venus flytrap. Then I got, sorry with the glare off the glass here, Joker and Harley together. They're all kind of covered in blood. It's a really nice print. And up here we have an Errol C. Boba Fett. You'll see a lot of Errol C. I have a lot of his work. I'm a big fan of his. And then we have a Darth Vader kind of walking in front of some snow troopers and a couple AT-ATs there. The rest of this section is my TV, my setup. There's my Retron, where we play all of our games. I also got an Xbox 360 set up here. Here's my Xbox 360 collection. It's kind of a lamp in the way. I'll move that real quick. Here's all my Xbox 360 games. So judge as you always do. Playing a lot of Borderlands recently. Then I've been watching this movie Runaway, which stars our friend Curtis, you saw in the last video. And so here's some of my DVD Blu-ray collection. Kind of just scope over that for you. You can kind of see the stuff that I'm interested in. Although you could have probably guessed by the content of our channel here. So I'll just kind of scope all of those. Got most of the South Park seasons. I have a bunch of piles of DVDs that I'm getting rid of because I either upgraded to Blu-ray or I have another set or something with that in there. N64 box there, and then here's all the rest of my DVDs. There's like way too many to just go through them all. A couple more prints. I got my Nightman Cometh poster, so if any of you are Always Sunny watchers, you'll recognize that and kind of just how great that print is. Here's another print I'm a big fan of. You can't really see it because the light is very reflective in where it's at, but it's a whole mural of the Ninja Turtles with the villains on the left and the heroes on the right. I was a big fan of that. Getting over to my wall, this monstrosity here, this is my big Errol C. Harley Quinn mural poster. I just picked that up at Denver Comic Con last year. He gave me a great deal. Errol C is actually a really great guy, so if you see him at a con, just go say hi, go buy his stuff. He's a good guy. Here's another Errol C up here in the corner. There's a Spawn, and then I got, and there's that glare again. I got Deadpool here. He's fighting a guy with a teddy bear hat on. I got a little bit of Silver Surfer. Picked up this poster. It was a charity poster from Aurora Rise. I don't know if you guys picked up from the first video. We live in Colorado, so the theater shooting was a pretty profound incident around us. So that's been a couple of years now. So that was actually goes to the family and the Aurora Rises Foundation, helping the families of the victims of the shooting. So we picked up a couple of those prints. We got a little bit of Watchmen going on there, some Rorschach. We got Job and Franklin from Arrested Development. It's one of my favorite shows. If you guys watch Arrested Development, yeah, definitely. I thought that was such a great poster to pick up. I picked up It's a Trap, Admiral Akbar in a Ghostbusters uniform. Then I also picked up this kind of weird old steampunky Ghostbusters picture. I'm a big fan of pretty much anything 80s, so Ghostbusters is always a huge thing for me. Like I said, I guess this was 90s, but the aliens, we got Bishop there is giving a thumbs up after getting ripped in half by the alien queen. I got this kind of obscure Kermit playing a banjo on a log. I thought that was kind of funny. And then I got another Errol C. Surprise, surprise. It's Venom holding a Spider-Man mask. And then finally Galactus, Silver Surfer, kind of a classic look. Actually, no, I have a couple more. I lied. I'm going to show you a few more. So we got here, they got this kind of Jackson Pollocky, and sorry about the glare again, Jackson Pollocky Stay Puft right here, which I thought that was kind of fun. And then, of course, I got my obligatory Tony Fleece print. He's one of our favorite artists, Tony Fleece, who works, almost exclusively on the My Little Pony line, but this is some of his internal work. So also super great guy. If you see him at a con, go and say hi to him. Okay, so that's kind of my TV room and the collection and everything that's in here. So now it's kind of onto the main show. I'm going to show you my office where, all the rest of the stuff that is embarrassing to me and probably embarrassing to my family is. So let's go check it out. Okay, and here we are coming into my office. And this is where I keep the majority of my collectibles and things I found at cons, things like that. So I'll kind of just go through and give you a brief rundown of everything. We probably won't have time to get into too much details without making this video absurdly long. So we'll start out with probably the biggest thing that I'm collecting right now. And you saw, a little bit of that in the Nerd Picking episode. But I'm a big collector of Marvel Legends, so I have a lot of the modern wave of the Marvel Legends that are out right now. I'll kind of show you a bit of my collection here. I got the bottom is just kind of obscure characters, didn't really fit into any other scheme. Plus I have 1,000 caps because there's always Captain America in every set. I got the Guardians of the Galaxy there. Got a couple of AIM soldiers, Baron Zemo, Winter Soldier. And I got some Hydra soldiers and Red Skull, and I got the Mandroid Build-A-Figure back there. This is my Spider-Man shelf. So I kind of put all of my symbiotes here on the left-hand side. So I got the big Venom down there, and then Anti-Venom, Agent Venom, Carnage, Toxin, Symbiote, Spider-Girl, and then I got using the flight stand there. There's Hobgoblin fighting Spider-Man in the back. Then I got just a hodgepodge of other Spider-Man characters, villains, what have you. There's the Green Goblin Build-A-Figure. Third shelf up, this is my Avengers shelf, which getting pretty crowded because they keep releasing a lot of Avengers-related figures. So a couple of Build-A-Figures there. There's Thanos, Ultron, the Allfather. There's a lot of stuff from those lines. We just recently finished off the Ultron wave, so you'll see the Ant-Man characters. On top, these are kind of my favorite figures here. Just kind of a hodgepodge of different random stuff, but this is where my big Build-A-Figures are. There's my Black Suit Apocalypse, and back there we got there's Colossus hiding in the back. We got Grey Deadpool, Blade, X-Force Wolverine, Omega Red, Mr. Sinister. We got my Fin Fang Foom, probably one of the prides of my collection there. Probably my second favorite Marvel Legend is Foom. He's pretty huge. Got Punisher, Cyclops, Captain Britain hiding in the back there. And the jewel of my collection I keep on top, which of course is just your Series 6 Deadpool, which, yes, I know, he's just glorious and everybody wants him, and I finally broke down and bought one, so don't ask how much I paid for it. It's kind of embarrassing. So, got some other Legends in the package here. Just like I said, just random hodgepodge of them, just kind of ones that I liked. Ghost Rider and Bishop and Phoenix, those are definitely, and then you recognize those ones from the show. And here I have yet another Errol C print, and this one's Nightcrawler. I thought that was a great print. I got that at the first Denver Comic Con. Try to get moved to the side here so the glare's not ruining it here. Here's a pretty sweet Colossus print. He's got a Juggernaut in his armpit and reflecting off there, so I always thought that was kind of cool. Here's this next section. This is my Detolf case, and these are figures that have all been signed by the actresses who played them, or just other relevant people that have to do with their characters. So on top here, we have my Talking Tick. which is signed by Patrick Warburton, who did not play the Tick in the cartoon, but played him in the live action show. He's a great actor, funny guy, tremendously nice guy, so I definitely like him. Another just one of my favorite figures, just in general, probably my favorite figure in general, is my Unleashed Boba Fett. That's signed by Jeremy Bullock, who was a great guy. He actually had a conversation with me. He actually took the time to kind of acknowledge his fans, and I really enjoyed that. These are all my Star Wars cast member signatures here. Here's Billy D. Williams signing a Lando. I know it's a Power of the Force, but it's like the best Lando figure I could find. There wasn't an Unleashed. And in the back there, we have my Peter Mayhew signed Chewbacca. I think he was pretty ill when I met him, so he didn't really say much to me, but still signed it. Nice guy. Underneath here, got a couple other television cast members that I've had signed. So I got Phil Lamar signed my Toynami Hermes back there, and then of course Billy West, another incredibly cool guy, signed my Captain Yesterday. He plays Fry and like literally every character on Futurama. And then of course we met Gwendolyn Christine at the most recent Denver Comic Con, so I had her sign Brienne of Tarth. She's a very nice lady as well, and really actually very pretty. They definitely make her look pretty rough in the show, and she was actually a very, very beautiful woman, so that was kind of surprising to me as well. Here, this is another very cool experience. I met Bruce Campbell. He signed my Ash for me. He's just like one of those guys that you see him and it's just like, oh my god, that's Bruce Campbell, but he was actually really humble and really cool about it. And then I have a Marvel Select signed Hulk by Lou Ferrigno. Not the coolest celebrity, but he signed it after some doing, so all that. And then I have a couple of just random stuff. I have a hat signed by the band Real Big Fish. I have a Abs helmet signed by Matt Duchene. I have one of those Django Unchained dolls that the NAACP had outlawed, so I was like, I better grab one of those because I'm a big fan of Quentin Tarantino and his movies, so I picked one of those up. Moving on from the super valuable stuff, these are my Marvel Select collection here. So I picked up just kind of figures that I liked. Probably the only rare one is the Carnage because he just came out and people really seem to like him. So I just picked up the figures that I really liked. So, and I like the displays. I like the boxes for the Select, so I keep them out in there and displayed like that. So, and then down here, this is kind of my workstation, and as you can tell, I'm a Magic the Gathering player, and I have like 20 decks I'm working on at any given time, so I never really have any workable workspace. So, we'll probably do some Magic-related videos at some point on the channel, but this is just something Curtis doesn't play, but we have several other friends that are interested in the channel that played. So we'll probably be doing some Magic events, some reviews, some decks, stuff like that, but that's kind of where my life revolves around right there. A couple of random figures right here. We have a Darkman, then we have a couple of McFarlane figures. We have a T2 and a Evil Ash. I couldn't have Bruce sign both of them, so I had him sign the good Ash. My Marvel Unleashed collection, my Star Wars Unleashed collection. I have not quite all of them, but most of the good ones. I'm still looking for like the super rare ones, like the helmetless Vader, and still need to find like classic Han Solo, stuff like that. So I have a couple of those. That's my collection up there, and here are some pretty nice pieces of art that I really like. These are my Arthur Sudums. This is Arthur Sudum from Marvel Zombies, and I got each of these prints individually from him. He's come to Denver Comic Con every year that it's been around, so he's super nice guy, but he's definitely very successful, so you got to kind of pay your dues when you meet him. Here's all of the badges. Like I said, we've been to every Denver Comic Con, so there's all 4 of the badges from those, so I keep them kind of organized so everyone can see them. Here's where I spend like, good 30-40% of my life editing videos for you guys to enjoy, is my computer, my workstation. Not too terribly exciting. I have kind of a random mashup of figures on this wall as well. Got some Ninja Turtles on the top. And I bought these modern turtles just because I was like, for one, Mutagen Man and Krang, just because I wanted to juxtapose them with the old figures to show kids like how much cooler the toys were when we were younger. And the Neutralizer, I just thought it was funny. I have no idea anything about the character. I just thought that was kind of a funny name. And he's a Newt and Neutralizer size. Like, yeah, it's cute. And then here is my Ninja Turtles. I only have 4 in package. My favorite one, definitely Mutagen Man. With the it's one of my favorite toys growing up. And then I have an unpunched Muckman. And then aside from that, the other 2 are not terribly rare or valuable. Got an Earthworm Jim figure. Barnyard Commandos, kind of random stuff. Here's a Venom that I thought was pretty cool. He has all these like heads popping off of him. Mars Attacks figure. I got a classic Martian Ambassador figure. One of my favorite movies, comic books and stuff. It's really good. Street Sharks. If you follow Instagram, you saw that we did a Street Sharks post. Well, it was like the second post we made, but Street Sharks are one of my favorite toys from the early '90s, and I always just thought those were so much fun. I used to collect all these Simpsons figures. I got rid of all of them except one, just Lionel Hutz, tribute to Phil Hartman, because he left the world too soon. He was a funny guy. He was really good on that show. Got a little tick with my big tick. Part of my Deadpool collection, I have a Toy Biz X-Force Deadpool, which it's just a terrible figure. It's just totally not to scale anything. The mask is removable, but it has holes in it. It just doesn't make any sense. But it's Deadpool, so I bought it. And then above it, I have probably arguably the worst action figure ever made. It is the Meat. So if you're familiar with the Rocky franchise, in the first movie, he trains by fighting a big slab of meat. And they decided to make a toy out of the slab of meat. So there it is. It's a toy. It's on my wall. I just thought it was funny and ridiculous. Here we have a Steve Argyle print. He's a big magic artist. This is a Blood Braid Elf, and that's just I really love the art. And he was at a tournament that I was at, so I had him sign it. Got some Bucky O'Hare figures here above the window. I'm thinking about switching those out. I'm not, for the love of vintage, they're not really that fun of characters. Here's kind of my stuff that doesn't go on the wall, so I have a shelving unit that I keep them on. I have a little bit of, here's a Lego Slave 1. Here's the one and only pop vinyl I'll have is the Chimichanga van, the Deadpool Chimmy van. So this is a Comic-Con exclusive, and I was like, yeah, I'll pick one of those up. I'm going to have some Star Wars Black Series. Boba Fett, of course, is my favorite Star Wars character. And I got, a few other ones. And then they got a couple Game of Thrones figures, just stuff that I came across. Another line of toys I'm not interested in whatsoever is the Mashers, but of course I had to pick up Deadpool because he's Deadpool. And I got a NECA Robocop down there, and then just kind of a random Toy Biz Wolverine set. Up here we have a talking, the glare is ruining my shot here probably. Let me see if I can get to the side. Get it a little bit better. We have a talking Terminator 2 doll, which is just it's a very 90s toy. It has like 12 different fonts on the front of the package. I hope you guys can see it. I'm sorry about the glare. I've got a Play Arts Bane, which is not the one from the episode, but yeah, we were kind of. I've had that toy for a long time now. I've been a big fan of Play Arts. I wish I had more of them. Here we have Turbo Man from the movie Jingle All the Way. So Arnold Schwarzenegger's character. I'm sure would be very interested in this one. But random find at a garage sale, ended up being pretty valuable. He works, he talks, he says all the phrases and everything. So if you guys are terribly interested seeing him work, I'll make a video of us playing with him and stuff. A couple more random dolls. I got a Toys R Us exclusive Stay Puft, where he's toasted, so he's bright red. And then I got a Blade doll from the movie Puppet Masters. I've had that one for a while now. And then here is the Star Wars Unleashed Boba Fett. Again, this one's not signed, but it's in the the kind of the diorama box, so you can actually see the figure in its pose and everything. He's not all bunched up like he is on the cardboard back one. And then I picked up the Funko Magic the Gathering figures. They had all 6 of the Planeswalkers, so I went and picked those up. Just for Magic's sake. I was like, my 2 passions, I should probably just pick those up and combine them. Here's a Krang print that I picked up. I thought that was really cool. Here's from the line of modern Ghostbusters figures. I was able to pick up a few of those at Big Lots before they all went completely out of stock and became ungodly expensive, so I'm pretty proud of those. We have my AT-AT, another garage sale find. It's really huge. I remember, we saw it from the street, and I like slammed on my brakes to go to the sale and buy it, so that was a pretty good find. We have my bookshelf here. I like to read. I like to, experience the stories. I'm a big fan of Stephen King. Chuck Palahniuk. I like Max Brooks. I have a couple signed Max Brooks copies. I like some of the classics, as you can see. And then I'm a huge fan of graphic novels and comic books, because what nerd wouldn't be? So here's all my graphic novels up here. And then on the top, you see like on our Twitter and Instagram and stuff, you'll see these this ribbon of kind of these toys that go on top. Like there's Gorzak. You talk to it, and he runs around and ravages your living room. I got some turtles out of the package. I got a big 12-inch talking street shark. I got a big Krang, Bebop and Rocksteady back there. The Toxic Crusaders. If you saw a Nerd Pick and you saw me rescuing Toxie, he's my fourth figure out of that line. That I'm trying to eventually get a full set of them, but no rush. This is just kind of fun. Then you can kind of see it. I have a big case of GI Joes back there, where they're just the individual 3 3/4 style figures. And I have like 30 or 40 in there. I won't get them out and show you, but you can just trust me, they're in there. And that is about it. So now you've seen my nerd room. You kind of know what we're about, what we do on this channel, and kind of what, what hopefully you guys are into some of the same stuff, and we can continue making content, continue catering the content to you guys, and hopefully, yeah, keep watching. All right, we'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot.